Good morning from the home studio in Middletown, Delaware. I'm Marshal Manlove from Delaware Sports and my sports reports. Yeah, it's Tuesday. Woo! Lots to talk about. In a little bit, I'm going to do a part two analysis of the state volleyball tournament. A couple things before that, though. I talk about the volleyball tournament a little bit more in depth because I'm a volleyball ref and I've seen most of these teams in action. If you are somebody who has some specific knowledge about a sport other than volleyball, field hockey, soccer, swimming, basketball, football, and you would like to contribute your opinions right here on the show. Oh, come on with this thing, man. Right here on the show. I'm happy to talk to you about it. Oh, where did I go? I disappeared, man. There we go. Reappeared. Yeah, the technology's great when it works, that's for sure. So now I have to look over here to make sure I don't freeze in a nastier position. The picture doesn't freeze in a nastier position than it is when it's just moving around all nasty. So, I'm happy to have experts. I have a couple lined up for cross country and softball. Put out a couple feelers this morning for somebody for field hockey and swimming. But if you are somebody who would like to discuss, let's talk about soccer in particular. Not my favorite sport, so sorry, soccer fans, it's just not. But if you have some expertise and want to talk about the boys tournament, you can reach out to me. My sports reports at gmail.com or desports at verizon.net. And I mean, I know who some of the experts are. I'll reach out to a couple more. But if you're watching this and you want to be one, that's cool. Let's see. Also, we do like to talk about as many individuals as possible and their achievements athletically. I know that they're student athletes and they have academic accomplishments. That's great. A lot of sports to talk about. This is a sports show, though. So while I could do an all academic team comprised of athletes, I don't usually see that, but I'm happy to do that too if you are somebody who can compile that. I am looking for people to do some research for me and do some copywriting, put together some pieces that I can read here. Just any kind of help whatsoever. But you can help, most importantly, excuse me, while my hair is in my eye. You can help most importantly by just sharing this show with friends on your social media sites, and real important for the potential growth of this show. If it doesn't grow, that's cool. I'll just entertain myself and my two fans. I have a number one and number two fan, by the way, and they are now in friendly competition to see who will be number one or remain number one. Shouts out to Joey V and my wife Dawn, my beautiful wife Dawn, who found out that Joey V has a top fan badge on my Facebook page, and she does not. So I'm pretty sure Joe is the only one who has a top fan badge. That's funny. But real important, the YouTube site is My Sports Reports. A little hard to find because it's new and still at only 19 subscribers, but that is 19 more than I had at the second week of October. At that point, I had two, one being Joey V and the other, my beautiful wife, Dawn. But free to subscribe, free to watch. The reason it's important to have subscribers, whether you watch every day or not, is because I need 1,000 to get into the revenue stream. Once we get into the revenue stream, I can pay people to do stuff. Right now, this is unpaid. It's unpaid other than my own ability to promote myself. Marshal Manlove, stage hypnotist. Go to marshalmanlove.com. And also, I will sell your house or help you buy a house. It's marshalmanlove.foxroach.com. Yes. I have 3 jobs, 4 jobs, really 5 jobs. I want no jobs. I want to be retired and just have maybe this as a hobby or just do hypnosis shows. That's the goal. Wow. I am way off track now. My sports reports, yes. So I need 981 more to get in the revenue stream we can pay people. But then I'm also going to need 4,000 hours of viewing time. We're also over on rumble.com if you are not a fan of the YouTube platform or vice versa. It's my sports reports, no spaces. And we're on twitch.tv. It's primarily a gaming site, but I can live stream there. Our videos are archived for about 10 days or so, and you can chat with me there. Which reminds me, I need to send out the daily yo to my viewer on Twitch. Yo to my viewer. I also do believe that you can comment live on YouTube. I don't dare press this button right now to play this live because then there'll be like 14 of me going on all at the same time. So don't want to do that. So the next thing I want to talk about was I joined a Facebook group the other day that was about high school football, Delaware high school football. And I was out of there almost as quickly as I was in there. You know, people need to calm down about the referees because real soon you're not going to have any. All right? Can I just tell you that? If you don't like the job that the refs are doing out there, be a ref. And I submit that if you have not been a ref or are a ref, if you've never been a ref, you don't know what you're talking about out there. You don't know what's going on any field or court, specifically because everybody in a game or at a game has a different angle, and we are not allowed to use video. I saw this guy rant on there, and he was showing pictures from all sorts of different angles about a touchdown, whether it's a touchdown or not. Whether it was or not is really irrelevant. I mean, it might have been important to the game, that kid, or something like that, but in the context of life, man, zero importance. Within the realm of everything that's going on this planet, zero importance. Calm down about the refs, or be one. There's no one more critical about the refs than the actual refs themselves. Trust me. In volleyball, for example, we rate each other all the time. The reason is because we want to get better. And we do take measures to place those who just aren't as good as others on games that are more mismatched, let's say. If you have 2 low-level teams who are comparable and you put low-level ref on there, you might have problems. If you have a higher skilled team and a lower skilled team, you can put a lower skilled ref there. That's kind of how it works across all the sports. Just so that we don't have the controversy that comes up. And trust me, we work as hard as we can to try to improve ourselves. calm down, man. So I was out. I'm like, I'm not. This is why I can't. I, I have a hard time just following football. And I love the sport, but it's just changed, and that environment was just so toxic that I was out. While I was on there, though, I found this cool site, a Facebook page. It's called Offside. And I shared a video that this guy who's a referee, a soccer referee, that he put together. He made some national news with this video because he's on a mission, like I might be soon at some point too, although it kind of sounds like I've already started. I'm not, but you never know. It's called Offside, and he gathers videos of people just being idiots at games. And that's fathers, mothers, grandmothers, grandfathers, and everyone else who basically does dumb things. Obviously, people say dumb things, but the things they do, up to and including punching referees and yelling at kids who are like line judges at volleyball matches or soccer games. So I shared that on my sports reports, my Facebook page. Good video. Yesterday in field hockey action, Margaret Lober scored twice, and Madeline Cherry had a goal and assist. Sophia Filipowski had 2 assists as the Ursuline Raiders fell behind 2-0 early to DMA, but came back to win 4-0. Jessica Silver assisted on both of the Rams' goals as Dickinson downs St. Elizabeth 2-1. Some other scores: Wilmington Christian beat Sanford 1-0. It was Glasgow over Hodson 1-0. Red Lion 5-0 over Delmarva Christian. And a couple football games yesterday because there were some big rainstorms Saturday that forced, you know what that means. When I start to babble and stutter, coffee time. Some games were postponed downstate because of heavy rains. Sussex Tech and Milford was one of those games. Played yesterday. Jaron Sample scored 2 times from the ground as the Ravens beat Milford 28-7. I don't know why Mount Pleasant and McCain played yesterday. They're upstate, but Damir Bird had touchdown runs of 2, 5, and 5 as the Green Knights beat McCain 30-8. Also, Christiana beat Dickinson 40-12, and Caravel beat Delmar 28-7. In boys soccer, Jake Ross had 2 goals and 2 assists. Paris Pappas scored 2 times and assisted on another as Salesianum beats Delaware Military Academy 6-0. Not only does the coffee keep my voice from sputtering, it puts a smile on my face. This is the end of pot 1. Pot 2 brewing right now. Jonathan Daniel had a goal and 2 assists for the Mustangs as MOT Charter beats First State Military 8-2. Look, man, if I just sat here and read scores and didn't interject my thoughts about coffee and other things, you wouldn't watch or listen. There's no way. Like if I didn't talk about places to eat along. Oh, which reminds me, how did I forget that I was at William Penn the other day, and William Penn, near William Penn, is one of the original Capriati sub shops. I remember being out in Las Vegas, and Capriati's is out there. They franchised their way out there. And I had a Bobby out there. Bobby, of course, turkey sandwich with stuffing, cranberries, and mayonnaise. Sandwich that you would make after Thanksgiving, like every day for a week. They just branded it Bobby for themselves. When I was in Vegas, I visited one and was happy to see it. I said, I know where the original one is. Wait, is the original one on Basin Road, or is it the one in town on Union Street? It might be Basin Road. Oh, man. I am not a good Delawarean for not knowing that. But I think it's the Basin Road one. It's the original one. Wait, is that... There is one on Union Street, right? I forget. Maybe this will help. But anyway, that's a good place to go if you're visiting William Penn. Capriati's. Recommend that. Yeah. So anyway, if I just talked about the scores, first of all, I wouldn't have fun. You wouldn't either. Right? Some other scores. Glasgow over Red Lion 3-2. So I'm going to read the scores anyway. Red Lion 3-2 over Glasgow. William Penn and Sussex Central played to a scoreless tie. Woodbridge 3, Seaford 2. Appoquinimink beats Delcastle 4-0. There were no stats involved. I was just shocked to see Appoquinimink shutting out Delcastle. Delcastle scores like 6 goals a game. Over to volleyball, one match. It was Delmarva Christian 3-0 winners over Holly Grove, and Sierra Troyer led Delmarva Christian with 10 kills. So let's go back over to the volleyball bracket. Oh man, let me see what happens here. No, that's what happened yesterday. Let's make this big. There we go. Because yesterday I said I was going to make some predictions. I didn't make them. But I was going to do this part anyway because I was talking about the teams in the first round. And I want to talk about the teams who got byes into the second round. Let's start off with the number 1 seed, St. Mark's. The undefeated Spartans, 14-0. Maya Lewis leads the undefeated Spartans. She is one of their setters. She'll also hit from the outside when Katie Sanchin sets. Junior Julia Yurkovich will get a majority of the kills in any given match for them. Number 2 seed is Padua, 11-4. 2 of Padua's losses were to St. Mark's during the regular season. Their other 2 losses were 5-set matches to the number 3 seed Wilmington Friends and the number 4 seed Wilmington Charter. So don't let those 4 losses fool you. They got bonus points for playing St. Mark's and for Friends and Wilmington Charter. That puts them in the 2-hole. Senior Megan Peters is slight in build, but packs a powerful punch, and she's their number 1 hitter. Audrey Lyons will set, and Morgan Bond and Peyton Sullivan will also take swings for the Pandas. Wilmington Friends, the number 3 seed, at 13-2 out of the independent conference. The Quakers' 2 losses were to 2 teams which were undefeated at the time. St. Mark's, of course, and Newark Charter, the number 5 seed. Friends was only one of 2 teams all year to take a set from the Spartans. That was early in the year. The Spartans dropped 1 set in the last match of the season to Ursuline. They're led by senior setter Natalie Bush and hitters Abby Carrion and Noreen Robinson. Carrion doesn't look like your typical big outside or middle hitter. Don't really know exactly how tall she is. She looks about 5'6" or so. But she has a vertical leap that few in the state can rival. And perhaps the Quakers boast the best libero in the state in Jocelyn Nathan, who gets to everything. So they're not only powerful offensively, but very talented defensive team. Number 4, Wilmington Charter, 11-4 out of the Diamond State Conference. You know, the 4 started this year 3-4 and had 2 back-to-back 5-set losses to the number 5 seed Newark Charter Patriots and the number 6 seed Red Lion Lions within 2 days on September 28th and September 30th. But behind middle hitter Anjali Vishwanathan and outside hitter Christina Marson and setter Catherine Cole, they bounced back on October 5th with a 5-set win over Padua and then ran the table from there, ending with an 8-game winning streak and the number 4 seed. Number 5, Patriots of Newark Charter out of the Diamond State Conference also. They rolled out of the gate this year, were unbeaten until they took on St. Mark's, as was every other team in the state. Isabella Senyon is the senior setter and captain who will feed fellow seniors Aubrey Celeste and Angela Steinkraus and junior Emily Turner. They're very well placed, very well coached. Everywhere on the court that a volleyball falls, there's a Patriot standing there. Just a matter of whether it's something that is playable or not for them, but they're all over the place, very talented. And the number 5 seed, the number 6 seed is Red Lion, non-conference school, 13-2. They also dropped the match to St. Mark's. Only other loss was a 5-set match against Archmere. This team goes as senior setter Reagan Mendick goes. She has a couple of great hitting options in Eliza Schneider and Peyton Pusey, who's a lefty. Don't see many lefties. That's why I just mention lefty every time I talk about her. The number 7 seed, the Dover Senators. They were 13-2. They're out of the Henlopen North Conference, and the Senators, Olivia Aswanyu, leads this team. She's probably the best setter south of the canal, certainly that I've seen. Their losses were earlier in the season in a 5-set, earlier in the season, back-to-back against number 9 Caravel and number 8 Delmarva Christian. But they had nice wins at the end of the year. Smyrna to close it out and clinch the conference. The Henlopen Conference Championship is today. And that's Dover and I believe Lake Forest. Oh boy. Should probably know that. I'll just check their schedule here. Yeah, Lake Forest. That'll be at Woodbridge High School. Actually, where is it? I know it's today. All right? Trust me. It's today. So they had nice wins against Cesar Rodney and Sussex Central later in the year. And Cesar Rodney had 10 wins, Sussex Central 11 respectively, the same conference. Kimberly Zepukaitis will take the bulk of the swings for the Senators. Her twin sister Olivia plays defense, and she'll lead the defensive efforts for the Senators. And Kendra Wilson will also be an option for their senior setter, Olivia Aswanyu. Number 8, Delmarva Christian, 14-3 out of the ESIAC conference, although non-conference in Delaware. So they play a schedule that has a bunch of Maryland teams. That conference is a combination of the ESIAC, Maryland and Delaware teams, right down there. They get a bye into the second round of the tournament. They started off 0-2 this year with losses to Cesar Rodney in 5 sets and Ursuline in 4. But only fell to Red Lion throughout the rest of the year. They had big wins against Dover, Sussex Central, and Caravel. They're paced by Elena Milloway and Sierra Troyer for kills, and used both Tessa Kwiatkowski and Michaela Hendricks to set, showing a well-rounded offensive attack. So the predictions I'm going to make are what follows here. Look, provided everybody stays healthy, and we know sometimes that doesn't happen. Happened in St. Mark's a few years ago in the championship game. Their star player went down with an injury, and they ended up falling to Padua. Look, you have to have a well-rounded team to win a championship, right? So if your big player goes down, other players have to step up and win. That's what gets you there. It's a team sport. But provided they stay healthy, they're going to win it all. Who will they play first? Well, it'll be the winner of Archmere and Tower Hill, the 16 and 17 seed. Tough match to call, but I'm going to come back to that one. You know, Archmere is a first-year coach there, and Tower Hill led by a coach who's been there for a while. That could be the difference maker. This is one of those matches that just could simply be about coaching, and not that the new Archmere coach is bad. It's just that the Tower Hill kids have been with this guy for quite some time. So let me give the edge to Tower Hill here based on that. Let's say that they go into the first round, go into the second round. And, that would stink if my first prediction is wrong, but it is what it is. It's not going to matter because St. Mark's has beaten either of them in the second round anyway. Everything being equal. Number 9, Caravel will take on MOT Charter. That'll be Caravel who will advance to play Delmarva Christian. And as we know, Delmarva Christian beat Caravel early. Caravel will have the advantage of having played recently, although Delmarva Christian did play yesterday. Who will come out of there to get beat by St. Mark's in the quarterfinals? They're going to have to play that one at Delmarva Christian. So you have, all right, let's just put St. Mark's in the semifinals, playing the winner of Caravel and Delmarva Christian. Let's see. I'm going to go with Caravel on that one. No offense, Delmarva Christian. Delaware Military, the 13 seed, and number 20 Polytech, the 20 seed. Delaware Military will move on and advance to play the Charter School of Wilmington. This isn't going to be too tricky. I'm picking mostly the top seeds, but the Charter School of Wilmington should come out of that bracket. There, Caesar Rodney and Cape. Take Caesar Rodney there to face Newark Charter, and Newark Charter will advance to play the Charter School of Wilmington. That's going to be a great match, those two teams. And what did I say? Did I say? Great match there, Newark Charter, Wilmington Charter. They played a 5-set match earlier in the year, which Newark Charter won. It'll be at St. Mark's. No home court advantage there. Although head coach David Stover coached at St. Mark's for a while. We'll take them to come out of the quarterfinals and face St. Mark's in the semifinals. Smyrna and Concord, the 15 seed and the 18 seed. That's going to be a good match. I'm taking Smyrna there to take on Padua. Padua will come out of there. Middletown and Conrad. Conrad's young. Middletown had a decent year. I think it'll be a tougher match for the Cavaliers than I think that they might expect. I still think Middletown will take this, but if there's any chance for a big upset in the first round, it's this match right here, Conrad and Middletown, to take on Dover. And then I see Dover coming out of there. Of course, again, higher seed. Ursuline and Appoquinimink, the 14 seed and the 19 seed. I'm going to take Ursuline. Appoquinimink 9-6, Ursuline 7-7. Coach Susan Heiss, I don't know what she says in those huddles, man, but she gets the best out of her girls. And it is crunch time. It's also her last year. These girls are going to want to perform. They will go on to face Red Lion Christian. Now, when they face Red Lion Christian, if there's going to be a chance for a second round upset, it's there with Ursuline and Red Lion. I'm going to take Red Lion coming out of there, but that's the match to watch there, provided, of course, that Ursuline does advance to the second round. Sussex Central and Lake Forest, the 11 seed, 22 seed. Sussex Central is going to come out of there, take on Wilmington Friends. Wilmington Friends will likely take them out in 3 sets. And it's going to be a little sad for them, for Sussex Central, because they have a good team. Wilmington Friends, just very well rounded, and the defense for Wilmington Friends is going to cause the Golden Knights a lot of frustration here in this match. So I have St. Mark's in the quarterfinals. What did I say? Caravel? If I said Delmarva Christian and then said Caravel, I've just successfully covered myself. But St. Mark's will come out of there into the semifinals. We're going to take Wilmington Charter into the semifinals, with St. Mark's going into the finals. Padua will beat Smyrna, advance to the semifinal, advance to play Dover. They will beat Dover to advance to the semifinals. Then we have Red Lion Christian and Wilmington Friends, and I'm going to take Wilmington Friends in this match to take on Padua, a rematch of a 5-set game that Wilmington Friends won earlier in the year. And then I'm going to take Padua there to play St. Mark's for the final. And my prediction is St. Mark's. The third place game will be Wilmington Charter and Wilmington Friends. And I'm going to take Wilmington Charter to be the third place team. Those are my predictions for that. And look, if I could successfully make predictions, I would just be a billionaire running around making predictions about stuff. But I'm not. So it's all just fun and games. It's all just for entertainment purposes only. Don't be all angry because I didn't pick your team to win. Maybe they will. Good luck to everybody. Let's just hope it's fun and exciting. And anybody who goes to watch has a good time doing so, does so with the intention of rooting on the kids who entertain us playing on these courts, helping us bring our communities together. That's the goal, the overarching goal. Community spirit. Let's galvanize our communities. Local sports galvanize our communities. That's why we play them, or that's the result of them anyway. A lot of kids just play to win. That's cool. We want our kids to win. We want to be entertained, excited, have things to talk about. Say that we saw such and such happen, or we saw such and such a player, especially if they go on and do bigger and better things in their lives. They're like, oh yeah, I saw that dude when he was a football player at Smyrna High School. That's all cool. That's why we go to do it, right? You know what we don't go to do? We don't go to games thinking that people are there to cheat. That's not what anybody there does. We don't go there to chastise people, scream at people, call people names. That's not what we do. Somebody on the other team gets hurt, we take a knee, we clap when they're taken off the field, or they recover on the field or on the court. That's what we do as fans. Appreciate the efforts of all involved, all the parents who run booster clubs that help financially support the teams. We appreciate them. The coaches who hardly make any money but spend their time leading, motivating, guiding young people to do bigger and better things with their lives in general. That's what we do when we go support these games. If you would like to help me be a little piece of that puzzle in supporting local athletics, reach out to me at my sports reports at gmail.com. Now I don't know if the Henlopen Open Conference Volleyball Championship is today or not. And I know the Blue Hen Conference Championship is. That's Middletown and Concord, and that's at Middletown High School today. I live in Middletown. I could go there. I could go watch it. Just have to debate whether I want to wear the thing on my face to sit there and watch it. But since I have to do it while I'm reffing, might as well. Maybe I'll do that. 50-50 chance of that. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I am Marshal Manlove, and now I am gone. Have a great day, night, afternoon, whatever.